so ghetto. I do not like how this look, y'all. I really don't like how this look. This look real ghetto. I'm like, I wonder if I can. This is kind of ghetto. This is the only way that I can go live. So what I'm gonna do is like, if anybody has any questions or whatever kind of like, I guess questions they want to ask, I'll go ahead and pull for them. But child, I didn't know this was ghetto like this. Ooh. I don't even know what to do. This is real ghetto. Like, babe, this looks real ghetto. Do you think I should just start doing a pick a card? I think that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. I'm like, can I pause it? Ooh. Okay, I'm going to do a pick a card. I know this is ghetto, but this is my first live, so we just gonna do phase cycles. I'm gonna do 3 piles, and then we just gonna figure out what's going on, and then we just gonna make it work. And I guess I'll just write down the timestamps. I am just not used to the stuff being so ghetto. And then we'll pull. Okay. So we're going to start on pile 1. We're going to use this deck. We're going to use the gangster deck. And this will be our stone. This is Tiger's Eye. It doesn't look as pretty as it really is. Like, my lighting is all crazy. I don't like this. And I feel like I'm talking to myself. But we're going to see. And then I'll also pull clarifiers. So for our pile 1, we've got this deck. And then we've got Tiger's Eye. And this is going to be for your week ahead. So this will go for, this week. So we're going to see what we're going through and what we're getting into for the following week. Let's see what the current situation is for pile number 1. Again, this is pile number 1, and the stone is Tiger's Eye. What's pile number 1? We just want 1 card. It's pile number 1, just 1 card for the current situation. We gotta let that fall all out. What's the current situation for pile number 1? What is the current situation for pile number 1? Y'all may be doing a lot of complaining. What's the current situation for pile number 1? So we've got the 8 of Swords in reverse. To me, this looks like breaking cycles of trapped thinking. So I think we're starting off well from here. This also feels like just possibly saving yourself, making decisions not to be feeling captive. And not that you ain't angry about it, because now all of a sudden my daughter is just throwing things around and acting like she ain't got no sense. Journey, chill out. Sorry, I'm grabbing out of my purse my little for some clarifying cards. Journey, you don't have to cry. Go ask for help. But I can't help you right now. Will you please clarify the 8 of... Yep, that was quick. Oh, just one card. Looks like decisions, like I was saying. What is... Will you clarify this 8 of Swords for us? So we've got the 7 of Wands. This looks like getting from a state of being that is defensive and also knowing that you're protected and working with that. Which is kind of, rocking with the clarity of your mind. I think this is really good. Okay, let's see what's next. Let's see what the challenges for your week is. Y'all, this is ghetto. This is why they do not want, like, if you ain't got a certain amount of subscribers, they're like, no, boo, you will not be using your phone. Okay. What are the challenges for pal number 1? I mean, I got my light here, and it is a heavy no. As far as what things look like, this might be a little better. What are the challenges for pal number 1? What are the challenges for pal number 1? So you've got the Magician in reverse. This looks like using your resources. Maybe you can't see what your resources are to now that you've broken free from this mental state. The challenge is knowing what resources to use and what not to use. Let's see what we clarify this magician card. Magician. What are these resources? Ooh. So we've got the Ace of Cups in reverse. I feel like a resource that you may not be using is your emotional intelligence. This feels like, you know how like when it's in its regular form, the card, it looks like you're receiving and there's like an overabundance, but when you look at it upside down, it feels like stuffing something down. So I feel like you may not be... One of the resources that will work for you would be the emotional intelligence, and it's not being used. Like almost you stuffing down your feelings about a particular situation instead of recognizing it for what it is. Or this could be still having problems with maybe a relationship or something like that, like where you've learned everything but you're kind of still at a standstill with it. You've got all the tools, you just got to learn how to use them, and I think your emotional intelligence is one of them. But don't stuff those feelings down, use them to kind of sort things out. Yeah. Okay, let's see what the advice is for our pal number one. What advice do you have for pal number one? Oh my gosh, I think this is good. Be creative. Use that emotional intelligence or your divine feminine to get through these things. That is one of the elements that are not being used. I'm trying to see like if there's something more to this card. It's like almost you should be more comfortable than you think that you are. It almost feels like you having unnecessary anxiety when you have everything that you need. Let's see. Let's clarify. We've got the Five of Pentacles. This is definitely a. What's wrong, baby? Come here. Sorry. What's wrong? Okay. You're still going to the arcade. Everything is good. Will you shut the door for me, please? This is like, just kind of having a lack mindset, but there's no reason for it except for what you've been through, and you've already worked through it. It's just a matter of learning how to place what you've learned. Okay, let's see. Hey, can somebody bring me a pen or something? Because I can't just stop at this point. We got to roll with it. I need a pen so that I can write down what the timestamps are. I'm out here talking to myself. Thank you. Let's see. Can we get some encouragement for pal number one? What's some encouragement for pal number one to help them through this week? This is action. This says fire. This thing is so janky. I promise you, I don't like how you got to use this webcam. All I need is like 3 more subscribers, not to be looking crazy like this, okay? But this is fire. To me, this looks like using all the elements and taking action. But we're going to read it from the book. I wonder if this is how like other tarot readers feel when they first get on. Like you gotta do your thug thistle. Why? Okay. We're not gonna ask why the baby is crying. Okay, so it says light, creativity, drive, purity, passion, and new opportunities. The element of fire can free you from boredom, clear karma, and give you the energy required to take action. Be warned though, too much fire can also burn. So be mindful of utilizing this energy wisely by channeling it creatively. Meditate on this symbol with assistance of a candle to inspire creativity, motivation, and passion. This is the alchemical symbol for fire. Three may be significant too because there's something about this triangle and this being alchemy. They're saying that like those of you who do participate in certain manifestation rituals, this is the time because you're moving into a new phase. And so maybe doing a little magic will help kind of facilitate the beginning of this new chapter. Oh my God, I wish I could pause this thing because I gotta pee. I'm pregnant. Okay, so I'm going to put these cards up. I think I'm going to let people know that I am live. So that if anybody wants to ask questions while I am okay. Okay, so I'm gonna put this stuff up. I really want to wipe the screen. It just feels so janky. I don't remember this. Ooh. Okay. I don't remember my computer being so, lackluster. Okay, we're going to move on to pile number 2. And so, like, in between, if there are any people that come in, I'll let them ask a question and then, oops. I'm just looking to see. Okay, we're going to move on to pile number 2. Here's the deck for our pile number 2, and here's our stone. Dang, I'm drawing a blank. This is Celestite. It's one of my favorite ones. And so here's our deck for here. Let's see what's going on with our week ahead for our pile number 2s. It's just the jankiness of the computer for me. Okay. Okay, we're going to see what the phase cycles are for pile number 2. Here's your deck for pile number 2. What's the current situation for pile number 2 that they need to know about for the week? Ooh. Maybe a few things here. So we've got the Queen of Cups. This looks like focus to me. And focusing on one particular thing. Like, just giving your attention to one particular thing. It may be something that is giving you hardships too, but let's just check it out. I'm going to pull a clarifier for the Queen of Cups. Oh, okay. This looks like, okay, so we got the Six of Swords in reverse for the Queen of Cups. This looks like moving on or not moving on, focusing on actually moving on, because you're not moving on from something. And this almost feels like in regard to the people that are supposed to come with you, having an issue knowing who's supposed to come with you and who isn't, if that makes sense. So you need to move on and take what you know you're supposed to take, and the rest of that, let it go. I low-key want to say, this is like specific though. Take the man Taurus with you. But not one that just has money and is going to be an asshole, like a stable person that is very grounded in who he is. You may not necessarily like what they have to say, but it's like, it's real and you know what needs to be done. Sometimes people letting you know, calling you on your bull can, be a lot to take in. But as long as it's coming from the right place, that's the person that you take with you. That's the person who's probably going to be your guide. I mean, my daughter is really cutting up. What are our challenges for pal number 2? Challenges for pal number 2? Ooh. 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 The challenge is patience and waiting on whatever you've been waiting for to come in. Just no patience. It seems like you've been through a lot though. There's no patience here. And there is something about possibly not reaching out to the wrong people for it too. So let's see. Can you clarify this 3 of Wands for us for pal number 2? Ooh. There's definitely something that you've released yourself from. Sorry, I keep seeing stuff. Oh, our little candle went out. I also feel called to say, don't wait on the Capricorn. That ain't who's supposed to be there if you're having issues with that. Hey guys, can I get a tea candle, please? This patience is also waiting for things to become balanced. You've kind of let go of some things. There's some things that you need to focus on. And after you figured out who to keep and who to let go, find balance in that. Because it may, shake your world a little bit. Okay. Let's see what the advice is. Boop, boop. Why it is coming? The advice is to basically communicate and look for what this other element is that you need. And still be focused. It's just one person. It's more like focus on you. You know what I am going to do though? I want to see what this Two of Wands is and see if anything looks like. Yeah. Okay. This is what it says here, and I feel like it needs to be read. The Two of Wands in this position advise you to respect your own decision making process. Instead of criticizing yourself for indecisiveness, appreciate the various implications of possible choices. Avoid pushing yourself to make a commitment. Keep meditating, watching the situation, and witnessing the forces at work. At some point, you will have enough information to see clearly. The decision making process will be over and the choice will be clear. Let's clarify the Two of Wands. So we got the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. This is like not patience. This is you not meditating. This is you trying to do things quickly. So the advice that was read here, yeah, I would seek that. Um, this is also a thing too. Don't let boredom kill the progress. It's okay to be bored. It's okay to sit. It's okay to gather the information that you need. Everything doesn't have to be done quickly. Okay. I'm telling you, my daughter. Journey, come here. What's wrong? What's the problem? What is it? I'll look like that. Go ahead. Okay. Okay. Let's see what our encouragement is here. What is the encouragement for pile number 2? One card, please. Ooh, there is just so much. What is the encouragement for pile number 2? Encouragement for pile number 2. Encouragement for pile number 2. Live in the now. I don't see what stone this is. I'm telling you, this computer is janky. I need to get my life together. Unakite? Live in the now. I think that's what like the meditation and stuff is about. Like just to kind of be there where you are and be present as things start to reveal themselves to you. Let me read this out of the book. I'm telling you, I'm like, do I have anybody in here that could just like entertain for a couple of seconds? Because I really gotta be. And it don't look like you could just pause and do what you want to do, eh? I'm trying to. Is it? Okay. Mm. I did not even write down the damn timestamp for this. Child. Look, planning is fundamental, child. It is fundamental. And then I can't even find, what is this? The last card. This may also be you almost being done with something. Chill out, because this is like the last card. Okay. Thank you, sweetie. She mad. Okay, she did not want to clean that room. There's no time like the present. The past is done and the future hasn't happened yet. So ground yourself in the here and now. With our busy lives and busy minds, this can be hard to do, but being mindful in the moment allows you to make the most out of every aspect of your life. Allow yourself the opportunity to really connect with those around you and fully invest yourself in everything you do. Try to avoid distractions or letting your mind wander, especially about matters you have no control over. Immerse yourself in each experience, put your heart and soul into every action, and bring a sense of gratitude to where you are in your life. Here and now is where you will find true contentment. So I think I remember saying like focus on one thing earlier in the read. And so that would be the thing. But also there was something that I picked up as far as, it just being one person and, focusing on you and what you need. But also, taking the proper people with you if that's a thing, because you may have to go at it alone. But specifically there was a person to basically take with you while you're making these decisions and moving on with your life. So we're going to go to pile number 3. um while I am looking or picking out the other card, if there are any questions that you would like answered, or like a small read for yourself, you can do that while I'm looking up for picking out the cards for pal number 3. I swear I cannot stand how this looks. It's just so janky. But pal number 1 and pal number 2 look like they're some promising things going on, so we'll see what's going on with pal number 3, and then we'll pick. I kind of want to pick a deck I haven't used, but child, if you do have a question, because I see like there is a viewer, or if you do have something you want to bring up, you can put it like in the chat, and I will do something specifically for you if you would like me to. And thank you for viewing. Okay. Yeah, this is what we're gonna do. We're not gonna use nothing new. We gonna keep the messages trill and as good as we can. So this is gonna be our pile number 3. I think the stone for our pile number 3 is going to be this carnelian, and it's mixed with quartz. So that's gonna be the stone for pile number 3. And then we're gonna check out what your week ahead looks like. I think now I am gonna at least write down one of them, because I don't forgot to write down the timestamps for pile number 3. So here's pile number 3. We are going to check out the current situation for your next week and kind of see what's going on. Not that wind felt good and it's hot up in here. Okay. Let's see. What's our current situation for our phase cycles for the week ahead for pile number 3? One card. What are we doing for pile number 3? What's our current situation for pile number 3? There may be a few situations. What is our current? It looks like balance. So for pile number 3, this looks like the current situation is kind of knowing where to put things, where to give, what to give your attention to the most. It's like almost like there's an overabundance of what you can give to, and it's you trying to maybe possibly focus on what to give that energy to. Almost kind of like pile number 2, but this is you having this is not to be offensive to pile number 2, but this is you having actually a little bit more control and not having to focus on one thing, but actually kind of choosing what you want to focus on. What you need to give the most energy to. We're going to pull a clarifier. This could be about a man or a few. What is this 6 of Pentacles for our pile 3? Okay. This low-key is good. So we've got the 10 of Wands. This looks like you coming out of actual financial hardships and knowing where to put your money and save it to. What this is also feeling like is also not allowing the struggle that you may have gone through before you had your financial windfall or your finances started working out, not living in a scarce type of way, if that makes sense. I'm not saying like throw the abundance that you've made, but this is like making making new plans for the new found abundance that you have. You know, so switching it up a little bit. This may even specifically be for somebody moving into another house and deciding where you're going to put your finances when it comes to the home. Okay, let's see what your challenges are for this week. What are the challenges? What are our challenges for this week? What is pile number 3's? Okay. I don't know how I feel about this. I'm just going to be honest because some other cards flipped out. But this also looks like, I want to say it was pile number 1, where the challenge was knowing where to focus, like where to put your magic or where to put the most energy into. Now, I don't know if you're into the manifesting thing, pile number 3, but if you are, I would definitely put some type of magic into the thing that we're focusing on. Ooh, so let's say with the scarcity or like kind of the lack mindset that you got yourself through, and then now you have like enough money to focus on the things that you want to, it's moving on from that particular mindset, if that makes sense. So not still like thinking like, oh my God, I need to do this, I need to do that. If you need to save, by all means do that, but you're not going back to that place. So maybe not focus so much on what you got yourself out of, but the new phase of what you're getting, what you're going through now. There's also a sense of purity here that I'm seeing with this Magician card. And so I'm thinking run with that, but not also just run with this purity. Keep it cute. Keep cleansing yourself. Keep doing the right things. Don't go back. Yeah. We're going to pull a clarifier for this Magician too, though. Ooh, this is another thing that was in pile number 2 too. So we've got the 3 of Cups in reverse. This is everybody can't go. So there may be a challenge this week to invest your time in something or a festivity that somebody wants you to go to. This is a very specific message. You don't need to go. Not because it's not going to be fun, but you're not in a celebratory energy right now, if that makes sense. Um, you just got over this hump, and just because you have an abundance going on doesn't mean it's time to celebrate yet. This could also, what it's looking like to me with this 3 of Cups in reverse, this could also be a test. You know how, like, after you have gotten over something, let's say it's an addiction or just a person or a friendship or a feeling, a mate or something like that. And as soon as you have like made that progress forward, it's either that person or a situation that will tempt you. If this is something that you're going through or something that happens this week, do not go. If somebody asks you to go somewhere and you thinking, yeah, don't do it. It'll take an opportunity from you. A mistake will be made. That's very specific. Literally, if you choose pile number 3 and you have gotten over something and there is something that's testing you, baby, just turn the other way. It's not nothing good for you there. Yeah, something about remaining pure here. And I don't mean pure like religion, it just means like free from bullshit. Okay. What is our advice for pile number 3? Okay, that's a lot of cards. So we're just gonna. What is our advice for pile number 3? Yeah. Okay. This is Temperance in reverse. This is all about balance, but this is also overindulgence too. A lot of the time what this card signifies is overdoing drugs and alcohol, just straight up. Don't go there. Now is not the time to celebrate. Now is the time to stay focused. And being that that came out after I said that, that is very important. And this is very specific for alcohol. And I'm one of those people that do have issues with that. Leave it be, especially if you're doing well. Just don't fuck with it. It's not worth it. So as far as parties this weekend, or just because you have a little extra to do something, oh, this habit could even be like a spending habit. Whatever that is, don't go back to it right now. This is you being tested and training yourself and being tested, because you know the universe or God or whatever you want to call it, they will test you for sure. Will test you to see if, like, oh, is this what are you really ready? And so this is a very specific message. Don't go. It's a no. We're gonna do a clarifier on that one. Um, there's one more thing too. If you're seeing certain birds, okay, let's say it's a crow. That's a warning not to. Let's say specifically that's just a crow. Can we get a clarifier for this Temperance? And also with Temperance, it is the 14th card. And if you add 4 plus 1 is 5. 5 is the number of change. So this is literally about you actually getting out of this hardship and showing the universe that you can work through it and say no. Now, I am going to say that this does not mean that you won't get an opportunity to still do it again, but this could be what catapults you 5 steps ahead instead of 3 steps back. This is another warning for this temperance in reverse. This is the 8 of Cups in reverse. When it is in its positive, it is moving on spiritually. This is not moving on. So there's just something very important about staying in the energy that you're in and not allowing something to tempt you in such a way that it takes you 3 steps back. This could also be an emotion. This could be not letting your emotions get the best of you as well. So this may not be drugs and alcohol or anything. This could be, actually a way of being when it comes to your emotions. So this is kind of staying strong and staying um not being so wound up in your emotions that it stops you from like physical, kind of moving more in a masculine energy than a feminine one, as opposed to pile number 2. There is also something about birds here too. If you see a bird, see how that makes you feel. Is it a crow? Does it scare you? Did it make you feel closer to, maybe an ancestor, a family member that has passed, or, just pay attention. There's something here about a bird. So we're going to do an oracle. I'm going to use this because I also feel like this bird may also signify possibly an angel or something that may have, that have an ancestor or something like that, that just wants you to see what's going on here, because there's a little bit of seriousness to this pile about moving on from a particular thing or person. This feels like more like a thing or an attitude. Can we get advice for pile number 3, or words of encouragement for pile number 3? You really are doing good though, but like it's like you're doing so well that you haven't been tempted yet. And now like this is one of those things. Okay, this, I don't know how to pronounce this, but it says Rimph, the angel of time. And let me see if I could kind of, all right. There's something about maybe patience like it was in Pal 2, but this isn't really necessarily about patience. To me, this is just not like, to me, reverting back to a certain type of attitude you had in a time that don't make sense, if that makes sense. Like, okay, you've done that, you've gotten over this now. There's no need to have the same type of attitude you did before you conquered this particular problem or a way of being, because it may not necessarily be a problem. Let's see what this does. Now, this is going to determine whether I like this damn card deck or not, though, because I haven't used this one yet. Okay, one more thing before I read it. There are like these little red dots on this particular angel or whatever that looks like this. So if you are into crystals, carnelian may be a good stone to keep you grounded, to kind of give you a little bit of extra to keep you from going to that party or whatever. Because sometimes just some certain things just ain't worth it. I'm done cleaning my room. Good job. I'm almost done. Okay. You see how she closed that door? Like, girl, don't nobody care about you being done. I'm trying to see what you're doing. Okay, let's see. I don't know if this is in. It's not in alphabetical order. That's one thing. Okay, let me stop talking about what I don't like about the damn deck. That could be a thing too. Not manifesting something that you don't like and being very conscious about what comes out of your mouth. Okay. This says eternally vigilant and forever burning. REM is the movement through space measured out with deft precision. Our footsteps upon the earth mark its passing, for we are all bound to time. One by one, we tick and tock, and every life is counted, even as those lives pass. We are all sand in seconds and moments, all fleeting. Fire burns until it doesn't. Lives are lived until they aren't. Dreams are dreamt until we awake. REM stands by all of this, counting. What better units of measurement than the souls that pass through the tree of life into Angelarium? Ralph walks between the pillars of past and present, turning every corner and every second. Ralph's movements can be seen in our own as fulcrum between months. I knew I didn't like that. A clock, a torch, a wave. Okay, whatever. I don't like this. Not that I don't like the deck, but it's whatever. Ooh, since we're talking about time, I think this deck has time on it because I try to appreciate all decks, but girl, that's not it. That ain't it. And if there was a message in there for you that was very very specific, if you understand that, then okay, run with that. But I'm gonna do something else because that don't make no sense to me. What words of encouragement do you have? Okay. Okay. So we've got 10 here. And this is I feel like the encouragement here is protection. You'll be protected through, whatever situation, whatever circumstances that you have going on. But this is also about reflecting as well on the things that have happened and then just kind of moving forward with that. So let's see. Mm, okay. So we've got number 10, introspection. Bear means many things, including strength, confidence, and protection. Because Bear hibernates, she also brings us a strong message of isolation, quiet solitude, and deep internal reflection. In order to feel safe and secure enough for such inner work, Bear reminds us to strengthen ourselves physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, and to create a safe sanctuary in order to withdraw and explore spiritual truths. Bear is also a mighty nurturer and encourages us to nurture ourselves so that we are fit to nurture others. The mirrors highlight the idea of inner reflection. The message is whenever the way ahead is unclear, withdraw, attend to your spirit, and allow the way to unfold. Introspection, the keywords are introspection, instinct, dreams, reflection, inner knowing, strength, nurturing, and protection. The time is September, and it's the month of harvest. You know what I'm feeling here? Keep your guard up and make decisions good decisions all September. All September. It doesn't mean that you might not become weak, but maybe the inner work that you need to do all needs to be done in September. Like, leave people alone. This also could be protecting you, like maybe not going to a party or going to a particular festivity. That may be a form of protection. Oh, in my head, actually, I kind of got a chill with that. Okay. I might need to take heed to that too. Okay, so that is for our pound number 3. That is our week ahead for next week. Thank you, anybody who watched, and I'm out of here.